Welcome back. This is the part two of my essentials guide. I'm just trying to do a couple of videos on top tier essentials. This is another ground strike game, and we're looking at what's spawning in here. Pretty good variety of top tier aircraft. We already have an F-16 in here. We're gonna go ahead and go in with our MLD. I see a missile coming in here. F-16 launching some stuff. And I do see this MiG-23 here. Got him there. And what I did there is I led ahead of where he was flying and fired my missile as far off bore as I could to keep the seeker looking as far ahead as possible. It doesn't always work, but it does get around the flares. If you shoot your missile, for example, if I lock a missile on right now, for example, this F4, he's facing away from me, and I shoot it within my bore sight here, there's a good chance that see right here, all the flares are distracting my seeker. So what I'm trying to do is if he's going to do a hard pull up or a hard pull to the side, we want to get far ahead of where he would be trying to fly to. So here, right here, further ahead of him, and he can't dodge that. You see that? He was unable to dodge that missile because I've shot way ahead of where he was going to fly. So if you think you're going to get a missile to do the full arc, it probably is not going to. And here I do see this MiG-23 up above me. Missed my guns there. Now my back is to the enemy. Again, I'm going to lead ahead of where he's going to fly. Tornado got me, unfortunately. I should have probably checked behind me one more time, but I didn't. A couple of lucky shots with leading ahead, like I was describing. Hope that's something that's beneficial. I ended up getting the other guy as well. Let's go back in with our MiG-23. And I'm actually going to use just flares this time. If you use the standard, you get the maximum amount of flares. Because I think it defaults to flares, I believe. So here I have 12 full flares instead of a mix of 6 and 6. I think if it's flares reinforced, I don't know if it doubles them up and fires 2 at the same time, but that's something to consider as well. See an A7E here. That's probably not going to connect here. Got a partial on him there. And there's an F5 there, and probably additional people back. I'm going to reset here. There's a lot of enemies back there, and I want to space myself out from them. If we look at what's left up in the air, there's an F4E, which has sparrows. I want to be wary of that. The MiG-23 and the F-14 and the Tornado of MiG-27. There's still a lot of dangerous threats on the other team, so we want to be careful of that. That Tornado I want to try to take out. If that's his only aircraft, he probably has propeller planes to back up that lineup. Let's see the lead. There it goes. Got him. Okay, that Tornado's doing what he needs to do. Get in and get out, which means use his speed to his advantage. Checking behind me, make sure there's not a missile indicator coming in. And I see that F5 launching. So here we got we got the mountain to help us as well. You want to use the terrain to your advantage where possible. It's not always possible, but when you can, it's another part of the map that can help you stay alive a little bit longer. F4J, I want to try to go for. Check behind me again. MiG-27 and Tornado. Tornado has those radar missiles, so something to keep in mind there. MiG-27, I don't know if he was shooting something off onto me, but ooh, almost hit that. Gotta be careful. Looks like he's maneuvering towards me. very close. Flaring ahead of... Nope. That tornado. I told you, like I said, that tornado was there. He's just loitering. He's playing it pretty smart. Okay, he does have a few jets in his lineup. He has the Su-22 as well. But I think what I've seen a lot of tornado players do is they fly up high as they can get, come back down, fly up high again, do the same, rinse and repeat. So it's a bit annoying. This is a double flare versus a single flare, but I do have 64 of them, so I'll use them. Turn my radar off. We do need to get rid of that tornado. And I use my mini map to see if there's a red icon around our green icons. I'm immediately checking, and it was an AI bot in the game, which those are easy things to swat out of the sky, but I don't know where that tornado is, but he's done a ton of work on the bases. I see that F4J coming in here. We can try to bait him into a dogfight here. Again, see that tornado? I don't know where he was, but I think he's hanging out over our base. Pretty annoying. I'll try to type the chat out to my team. Good, somebody finally got him. He played it really, really smart. He's using the plane to its strengths, and that's what you're supposed to do. That F4J could have some radar missiles, and I want to be positioned to evade here. Ooh. 2 on me here. Wow, this is tough. Got a crit on him there. I can't take them all on. And most of our team is all done, so just a Jaguar left. Try to take on them with my Su-25. There's not a lot of... I mean, the MiG-27s, I haven't unlocked the all-aspect missiles yet, so all I can really do is bomb or use heat seekers. The rear aspect heat seekers, which aren't going to help me much at all. Got him there with my guns. Good. Okay, so now there's... Yeah, so that German player with the tornado is now down to his 109. And I can just keep my distance because he's going to try to troll you in a knife fight against the prop, and they can outturn a supersonic aircraft. This is a subsonic, but I guess it can almost get to supersonic speeds. But they have the advantage in turning, so they will lure you into a turning battle and just whittle your speed down until they can basically take you out. So I'm going to keep some distance here. That F-14 is a worry. You can just look down and shoot down missiles. Su-25, I'm not as worried about. I think we're kind of evenly matched there. Nope. Nicely done with the guns. And he's doing a close air support lineup with his ordnance there. They're going to whittle our last bit of ground targets out. I probably should have focused that Su-25 instead of turning for the other enemy, but it is what it is. We were able to at least be at the top of our team's leaderboard, and we were able to leverage some of the missile firing tactics. I hope this was helpful. Check out the part 1 of the video, and then you can also put both of these together. It's gonna be tough. You are gonna die in top tier, and that's okay. It is what it is. Um, but if you're able to join a squadron and play with friends or teammates, and join games that way, it might make it a little bit easier rather than um, relying on the game to randomly match you up with players. Because a lot of new players, if you're new to the game, you're gonna have maybe one good jet. If you bought a premium plane, you'll have that one jet, maybe a squadron jet, and then you're out. You can even use a backup, but you really only get about two good spawns until you build your lineup up. And in jet gameplay, you want to have, at least, 3, 4 jets minimum to try to, help your team out. Because if everyone has one plane, they spawn in, they die, and they leave, the team immediately starts to crumble. And you saw how a lot of the players had already started to quit. And what will happen is the enemy will start getting closer and closer to your spawn. They'll just loiter over the spawn like that tornado was doing, and they'll just lob missiles from up in space. And you can't do anything because as soon as you jump in your next plane, they're already locked you on and you haven't spotted them and you're dead. So take it for what it is. People say top tier air arcade is toxic. It can be fun and enjoyable if you can play to the strengths and weaknesses of your plane and strategies. I hope that's helpful. If you like the video, please comment and subscribe. I'll try to put more content up. I haven't done much on radars, but there's a million videos out there that cover radar tutorials. I haven't been using them that much here just because the engagements are more close face to face. So heat seekers and all aspect kind of work quicker for getting that last second shot off. So until next time, thank you.